NATO stooge, Russia puppet, traitor, oppressor. Trika belongs to Turkey. No, it's mine, says Bulgaria. Ego owns it, fools, says Greece. They're talking about this region of Europe. Fire, help, it's pain, it's pain. Of thanking, friends. Yay, save Greece. Woohoo, happy yes of joy. Now, where was we? I knew this was gonna be the punchline. They go back to literally what they were doing 1 second ago. This is basically like a perfect summary of the Balkans, and it's beautiful. And this is actually how things played out. A lot of countries from that region did come to help Greece in one way or another. They might have their differences, but they will unite in these situations. But you better believe when everything goes back to normal, chaos will erupt. It's actually one of the more beautiful things I've read all week. 10 out of 10. Guten Tag, Czech Republic. Lots of work today. It's manageable. Hey, by the way, I prefer Czechia now, if you don't mind. Oh, okay. Will into mind. Hello, Czech Republic. How are you? Just great. But please, stop calling me Czech Republic. It's Czechia now. Okay-ins, responds Vietnam. Republika Czechska? Can you into helping with something? For the sake of Christ. Meanwhile, in comes the United States. Sup, Czechoslovakia? It just keeps getting worse and worse. This is referring to how the Czechs prefer to be called Czechia. Not all these other names were given them. Since 2016, Czechia has been trying to drop Czech Republic. It might be a little bit too long. They just want to be referred to as Czechia. That's it. And actually, countries wanting to change their name really is nothing new. And we just saw from that first post, Turkey wants to be spelled more like this. And actually, just recently, I've been hearing India is possibly changing their name. Government may be bringing resolution to parliament for that. There's plenty of other examples too that the article goes on to mention. Zimbabwe to Rhodesia, Thailand to Siam, Myanmar to Burma, and we all know the Holland-Netherlands situation. But this is such a great post because it points out every different language has different names for all these places. So you have to go through it one by one by one. But of course, if you're from the US like I am, we still call them Czechoslovakia. I don't even mean to do this a lot of the time. I mean, that's just a historical reference. I feel like I'm getting better. I don't mean to, it just flows. Okay, noted. Only Czechia from now on. Korea, you am starve. Please have monies for into feed. Guessing, comrade China. I understandings. Great news, comrade. Me make money into Korean military weapon destroy boom system of destroy imperialist pig dog cat America since we despise the West, yes? Yes, of course, comrade. Okay, yes, but please, Korea, take this agricultural vehicle. You need to make foods for eatings. 1 and 2, socialist, strong, big boy, right? Yes, comrade. I makes proud. Great news, comrade! By making mobilized missile ICBM system will destroy Pig Cow West in drive-by style. Lookings, North Korea, you need to eat. Literally just take the food, eat it. Oh, I see now. Great news, comrade! Is this rocket-powered corn? I'm like trying not to make the worst joke of all time right now. Corn. Believe it. Bruh. Like, that's why I didn't want to say it, because it was so bad. Pretty much the diplomatic situation between China and North Korea summarized as of the last like 30, 40 years. There's a reason why the little old country of North Korea is believed to have one of the larger militaries in the world. And obviously there's going to be a pretty big downside to that. North Korea has just literally been saying, what if we just put everything into our military? Nothing else matters. Like, it's somewhat hard to believe that a nation the size of Portugal would have more combat tanks than China and the United States. But yeah, well, here we are. There's just no getting through to them, I guess. Not all countries look like this. Some look like this, or even this. And due to the long history of discrimination against weirdos like them, all these countries have to keep themselves company if they're lucky. That is, referring to the Venice Ball. But it doesn't have to be this way. And you can help prove it by making the future a bright place for countries like these. All you have to do is ignore any preconceptions against non-spheres and interact with someone new. Wait. The next time you see someone new with a shape unfamiliar, just come up to them and say hi. I guess Japan and Venice Octopus are new friends. It's up to you to end spherical supremacy. This is a public service announcement brought to you by the X Foundation. Oh, and don't worry, guys. I'm doing my part. Can't wait for you to see the next country ball drop I have for you. This is a reminder to everyone that even though these are country balls, not all of them are balls. I guess we should actually start using the term country shapes. I mean, Singapore is a pyramid. Nepal is... God knows. We have a couple cubes with Israel and Kazakhstan, but I'd argue, yeah, Venice is probably the weirdest of all. It's unfortunate too because I think they have one of the coolest flags. It just doesn't translate well. Probably one of the greatest public service announcements I've ever seen. Argentina, I wonder, you like Jew much? 9 out of 10. Not bad. Yo thought it was yes or no question. Their son's expression's really revealing a lot right now. Once again, another no Germans in Argentina joke. They might look like an unsuspecting Argentina on the outside, but we all know what's on the inside. I wonder how my Argentinian grandpa feels about this one. The Battle of Rome, 1870. Come out peacefully, Papa, and I will not bombing into city. You are not allowed to use that wretched artillery on this place. Why no artillery? It's a violation of the canon law. Oh, I guess Italy just didn't care about that. They decided to break the canon law. So the capture of Rome in 1870 was the final event for Italian unification. This was the official end to the Papal States after existing for like 1,000 years. Didn't seem all that bloody though, to be honest. Honestly, this was probably the Pope's best chance of surviving that, but yeah, it still didn't work. Singapura, how you such dense population with little clay, asks Malaysia. Wonders Singapore. Oh, it's literally in their DNA. Okay, this guy's going to prison. Not allowed to chew gum in Singapore. Is efficient infrastructure develop and economic la? Right, Singapore, right. Since Singapore is kind of like a city-state, it is amazing to see how much population they fit in there. Literally almost 5.5 million people. Well, this is saying it's 6 million now. Singapore actually has one of the densest populations in the entire world. I guess since they're a triangle and not a ball, that's their secret. Nah, mate, just look at that lazy You have no idea just how much I despise those little bass. Hey bro, that's kind of rude. They're just minding their own business. They stink, they're lazy, and dumb as a rock. They just stare at you with that blank face. Oh, come on. They're endemic to your land, aren't they? Like I give a They need to get a job and start doing something. Job? What kind of a job is a koala gonna get? Oh, no, mate. I love koalas. Gotta respect all of God's creatures, you know. I was talking about him over there. That is Papua New Guinea. I was actually hoping you were just talking about the... Okay. I like the idea that Australia loves animals and just really doesn't like people, which is a weird place to roll with that philosophy considering half the things here in Australia will oof you. But yes, I guess Papua New Guinea is the bad one. This makes me miss Steve Irwin. Oh, hey there, buddy. What you doing? I'm celebrating my deep and rich heritage. 4 long years my ancestors gave the Union oppressors the old what for. I'm very proud of my heritage and will base my entire personality around it. Strange fandom, but you know, I don't judge, eh? Although, basing your entire personality off only 4 seasons is weird, you know? I base my personality off beloved sitcom The Golden Girls. Now that has real lore, eh? Lasted way longer than 4 seasons like your thing. Maybe your thing will renew? What? Sorry, eh? Canada, what the hell are you even talking about? I mean, I for one love The Golden Girls too, but I'm not gonna bring it up in random discussions like this. This is a comparison to the fact that many sitcoms outlasted the Confederacy from 1985 to 1992. Meanwhile, America's No-No South lasted less than 5 years or 4 seasons. I mean, when you put it like that, No-No Germany didn't even come close to lasting as long as The Simpsons. There's actually a lot of nations that haven't necessarily lasted as long as The Simpsons so far. Now I want to binge watch The Golden Girls. Hey Italy, would you like to try my new food dish? See. Italy, do you like my dish? I put hard effort. Winces in pain. Mamma mia. Italy, last word, mamma mia. Well, at least Japan's being respectful and putting down some flowers. You might at first think this was just a funny post, but no, I'm afraid that's not the case. Your Italian, shield your eyes. There is such thing as spaghetti bread. I never thought I'd put those 2 words together like that. I mean, this is definitely not the first time Japan's come up with some strange culinary art. Sometimes, I don't know, I was gonna say it doesn't look that bad, but I don't know. First pineapple on pizza, now this. Can we leave Italian food alone, please? They can't handle much more. South American balls gathering around Brazil's Cristo Redentor. Bzzz, clink, clink. Huh? Mita, I into building a bigger statue of Christ. Meanwhile, now Polish noises off screen. Hey guys, check out what Polska just made. Frick off, Polania. I guess they forgave Bolivia, but they're not gonna forgive Poland. Some people can copy, others cannot. Believe it or not, the statue in Bolivia, though, is the tallest statue of Christ. It's just not nearly as popular as the one in Brazil. I feel like the height of the statue is really not what's really important here. There's other reasons that make this more famous. However, Bolivia only had that title till 2010, when then Poland built the tallest statue of Jesus Christ. So I guess they didn't even have time to be mad at Bolivia, because, yeah, apparently it's only marginally taller because of the crown. When will this statue race end? Puny, balked skies, join glorious CCCP or dines. Oh, they're threatening them with this broken glass. Of no, screams Lithuania. Not option. Hey, says Mongolia, letting me into your clay? Niet, says the Soviets in response. Yeah, the Soviet Union sure was picky. The amount of surrounding nations they did integrate was actually a lot. However, one that they never did, one that actually wanted to be annexed, was Mongolia. The Mongolian leaders had requested to be included in the USSR, but they knew that request would be denied. That obviously would have severely affected their diplomatic relationship with China. It is actually so depressing. The amount of countries that didn't want to be a part of the Soviets, but ended up being a part of the Soviets. There's a long list, like I said, yet Mongolia was just left out in the dust. Breaking news! Locust damages have spread throughout Eurasia and even into South America. Let's take a look. Russia's putting scrap tires on top of wheat, but it had no effect. Brazil is implementing scorched earth policy, but the locusts are flying over burned Brazil. My son! That's because Portugal's announcing the news and Brazil's their son. The last survivor was Chile. All locusts are headed into Chile. Oh, and they're looking pretty powerful too, though. Locusts run away from the Chile. The locusts seem to think that Chile was their natural enemy. Oh, it's because Chile is actually a snake. UN decides to send Chile around the world. The natural enemy of locusts, really snakes? Well, they're actually also eaten by monkeys, lizards, fox, desert cats, jackals, and wolves. I wonder if the whale's dragon can also help us out here. Also, birds, mammals, insects eat locusts. In the Countryballs universe, though, this is why Chile's so important. And big thanks to my patrons.
Destiny
Durnil,
the modern cartographer.
Sebi, if you hear this, I love you.
I am the kidnapper.
aPhatNarwhal, Carmel
since no one pays
InquisitorXarius, KirinoIsBestGirl,
Luxembourg
ortin
5610,
Robert
RyeThePie,
TheGreatRalphy,
the Mexican
Mexican Hamster,
760,
JohnDenver,
GoodOldRyah,
Jack Traven's annoying friend.
And why am I doing this?